Hey guys, so we are going to be looking at a presentation that I did today at some teachers training, but I have slightly adjusted it. I've taken out the school logo and some of the school information. I've also taken out about 10 slides to do with a topic that wasn't relevant to the purpose of this presentation for your benefit. So you're welcome. Let's start off by looking at the title. Teacher ICT Skills. ICT, obviously, as you know, stands for Information and Communication Technology. And this is called a practical reference of preferred levels of technological abilities for teachers. I'm going to make it easier for you, and I'm going to create an acronym. We're going to call it the APROPLOTAFT document, or the preferred. Okay, no, let's move on. Enough joking. This is actually going to be a very serious presentation. I want you to know that I am not going to be joking around. This is actually quite a serious topic. So we are not going to be having any fun. All right, I'm sorry. This is going to be no fun. We're going to be quite serious. I'd like you to be serious as much as you can be. But seriously, let's actually stop the joking now. Okay, let's move on. As a very wise man once said to me, let's put our thinking caps on. So let's do that. Let's put our thinking caps on and let's get stuck into this presentation. All right, here we go. For real, I promise. All right, now, as a teacher, you already have, whether you like it or not, a relationship with technology. Okay, now that relationship is kind of, it's a conditional relationship. It's what I call conditional dependency. That means it is dependent on when you need specific types of technology that you will use as a teacher. For example, if you need to be using a laptop for your teaching, that's part of your role, then you will use a laptop, and those are the skills you will use in terms of your teaching ability. If you need to use a smartboard or a phone or any special other electronic equipment or digital equipment, then you will have a certain arrangement or a certain relationship with those items. You will be able to use them based on the level of your abilities, and that's what your engagement is. So the level of your skill determines how much engagement you have with certain bits of technology. Let's have a look. So there's you on the left hand side, the technology on the right hand side, and you should not see these as separate entities. Okay, we're actually together in this. All right, and this little section right here, that intersection, that's you and your relationship with tech. Now we have you and your students or your class, and that is a relationship that is formed. So this technology is forming the relationship between you and your students, and this is where you are now. Okay, especially in the time that I'm making this video where there's a pandemic and everyone's like online and social distancing and hand washing and masks, and it's crazy. Okay, so technology is actually playing quite a very big role. So let's have a look and see, what is your relationship with technology like? What's your relationship with technology like? Is it like this? Okay, the I can't quite get this. I love you. Oh, I can't do that. I love technology. Or is it maybe like this? Okay, you can pick one. I mean, maybe you're in the middle somewhere. I don't know. So, do you identify with any of the following categories? Here are some users that I've identified that I think you might relate to. Okay, so we have the I have to do this every day user. We then have the use it as little as possible user. Yep, I know some of these teachers, okay? Then we have the I've had enough of this user. Yeah, we all know some of those teachers, I know. We have this user. Then we have the have no clue user, okay? What a fantastic gif. Look at this, it's just brilliant. If you know where that's from, spot on, man. And then, of course, we have the what is technology user. All right. So you can see we have everyone at a different level. So let's have a look at a school. All right. At a school, there we have a school. I know it's a school because I put my school badge there, down over there. We have many, many different users. Obviously, these different users all have different skills, and of course the roles that they have in the school means that they all have different requirements. So every school is going to have different requirements placed on their staff. So what I've done is I've put ICT skills for teachers into 3 levels. We have level 1, level 2, and level 3. So let's look at these 3 levels and what they entail. You might find yourself somewhere between level 1 or level 2, maybe level 2 and level 3, maybe just level 3 because you're like a superstar. Okay, so let's see. Level 1 I'm going to call the Mr. Bean level. Okay, and that's the basic level, right? Like basic. Then we have level 2. I'm going to call that the Postman Pat level. That's intermediate, right? Sort of in the middle. Then we have level 3. I'm going to call that the Jedi Master level. Okay, but I mean, we can't really call it Jedi Master level, so we're going to just stick to advanced. All right, we're going to call that the advanced level. So let's see, level 1, basic. What are we looking at when we talk about basic? Well, we're talking about limited abilities, limited skills, minimal function. So someone who is on a level 1, they can maybe just function with tech, like switch on the computer, maybe type in the username. If they remember their password, they type it in, they've logged onto a computer. That's about as far as they're going to get before they have to ask for help, right? That's a level 1 user. Let's have a look at level 2. Level 2 is intermediate. So we're looking at something like demonstrable competency. Okay, just say that to yourself. It sounds really cool. Demonstrable competency. That means that you know the basics and more. Okay, you can demonstrate your competency on pretty much a wide range of gadgets or digital technology, mostly a computer, like a laptop, tablet, desktop PC, for example, and you're able to get by. You can do what you need to do for your job, maybe a little more, and you're comfortable, you're competent. This is suited for most situations. So an average teacher who has to do just the basics, maybe a little bit more, they would be a level 2 teacher or level 2 intermediate. Okay, now let's look at level 3. Level 3 is proficient or advanced. I like the word proficient because it means like you got this, you nailed it, it's not a problem, right? Advanced sounds like so clever. So maybe advanced isn't the best word, but I mean, there you go. Right, this means that you are proficient with technology integration. It means that you can take technology and integrate it into your teaching, into the way you disseminate information, the way you work with your students, the way you work as an individual professionally. You're able to put in technology into everything that you do, and you're quite competent with it. You're very happy doing it. There's no challenge there whatsoever. You are multi-skilled across various areas, and I'm going to talk about areas in a minute or two. You'll see what I mean when I talk about areas. Okay, and of course, if you are a level 3, you should be probably really good with a lightsaber. Yes, although this is not required. I mean, you don't have to be. I mean, if you are, it's good. If you are, it's amazing, actually. Okay, moving on. So I thought to myself, okay, what do teachers need to know in order to be good teachers who use technology? So I've got the teacher, I've got the tech, bringing them together. So what do teachers need to know? So I started off with a basic computer. There you can see there's a basic computer over there. And we looked at, okay, right, I looked at computer skills, Windows 10, for example. Everybody should be on Windows 10, so that was the first thing I looked at. Then, in terms of my school, I don't know about yours, we are very much a Microsoft-based school, so we work with Office 365, also called Microsoft 365. And we work with apps such as OneDrive, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, OneNote, Forms, etc. So all of these various apps within the Microsoft Office suite, we work with those. So I had to think, okay, so what skills do people need for all of these areas? As well as Microsoft Teams, okay, which we use every single day for ourselves in terms of staff and also for our students. Microsoft Edge, the browser that I highly recommend. Dump Firefox, dump Chrome, take on Edge, and never touch Internet Explorer ever. Anyway, Edge is great, guys. It's built on Chromium, the same platform that Google Chrome is built on. It's pretty much the same as Google Chrome. It's just better. Like go look at some of my other videos, you'll see what I mean. It's fantastic. Integrating of technology into one's teaching, the using of software applications in your teaching, and curation and sharing. How do you find information? How do you source it? How do you save it and store it? How do you share it? How do you disseminate that information? Then moving on to PLNs and PLCs. If you know what that is, good job. PLN, personal, see, even I don't know what it is. No, I'm joking. A professional learning network. Professional learning network or a professional learning community, and I'm going to be updating that in the skills document that I'll be showing you soon. I've got the table there, but I haven't got the data in it yet. But professional learning community, guys, this is all about integrating with other people. It's about collaborating, getting into groups with people in your immediate vicinity, either geographically or internationally. Okay, starting up a network of teachers in the same boat as you. Maybe they teach the same subject or the same subject area, and you can bounce ideas off each other. You can encourage each other, you can get advice, you can share your stories and best practice. That is what a professional learning community or a professional learning network is all about. And it really, really is one of the most important things, I think, in a teacher's life. Integration of applications in your professional development as a teacher, and also in your work and the role that you perform in your school. And of course, cloud computing. OneDrive obviously takes a big place in here, but Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all of those, Outlook, a lot of those apps, or most of them, they all work online as well. So you don't even need to have the program or software installed on your computer. You can just access that online and work with it online. And it's a little different, and if you know the difference between the two, there's actually some nice things that both of them have, and you can see which one you want to work with. But it's good knowing what cloud computing is and how to work with it. So I created an ICT Skills document where I came up with various areas, and this is what I'm going to talk about, the various areas, some suggested areas of technological proficiency. So here they are. We've got email, cloud storage, understanding Microsoft 365, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, integration of applications, Windows 10, cloud computing, Microsoft Forms and or Google Forms. Now you can see here, although I'm very much a Microsoft fan, I have nothing against Google, and I think Google Forms are fantastic. They really do have some things which Microsoft Forms don't quite have, and so it's good to know both. All right, I love Microsoft Forms because of the way it integrates with all the other Office applications and the Office account that you have. If you have a 365 account, that is nice, and it links in beautifully with OneNote and with Teams. So just remember that. Forms I like because you can actually change things on the fly very quickly, a lot easier than you can in Microsoft Forms. Then, of course, second column, Microsoft Teams and or Google Classroom. Again, I wanted to cover both for you guys because although I use Microsoft Teams pretty much every day, a lot of other schools are also using Google Classroom, and so they might need information on that. So I actually got someone to help me out and give me some information on Google Classroom for the document. So I'm really grateful. Thank you to that person. Thank you. What else? Integration of technology in teaching, online and offline educational applications, content curation and sharing, OneNote class notebook, which I use all the time and love, finding, saving and sharing information, other ICT skills, couldn't think of a better heading, I'm sorry, and PLCs and PLNs, which is still to be updated as of the time of making this video. So let's have a look and see a level 1 in terms of Windows 10. What would one expect from a teacher on a level 1 with Windows 10? Well, I would expect, and these are just samples, okay, the actual document's got way more. These are just some samples for you to look at. I would expect a level 1 teacher to be able to log in with a username and password, open up a File Explorer window, and at least be able to locate the downloads folder, okay? That would be like basic stuff, like that's basic, level 1. Level 2. I would expect you as a teacher to be able to identify the local C drive and network drives as well and know what the difference is, like what's a local drive, what's a network drive. Take a screenshot using your keyboard, and oh my word, I have to tell teachers this. Guys, stop taking photographs of your screen with your camera. Just stop. We're teachers. We're better than this, okay? Find out what that keyboard shortcut is, okay? With the window key Shift S. Okay, window key Shift S. Find out what that keyboard shortcut is and use it, man. It's so good. All right, stop taking photographs of a computer screen with your phone and then WhatsApping and emailing and like, oh my goodness, there's a much quicker, easier way. Okay, and you should also be able to use the Alt Tab to switch between windows. Super quick, super easy. That's level 2. I mean, it's nothing complicated here, man. Level 3, you should be comfortable with zipping or compressing a file or a folder, closing a non-responding application. That's a big one. Like if something hangs, what do? Do you know how to fix that? And extend your desktop, especially when we're doing hybrid teaching, okay? And you need to have 2 desktops, one that you can share, one that you can work from. Think about it. Extending the desktop, quite an important skill. I'm going to go through some more with you guys. So let's have a look at Microsoft Outlook. Microsoft Outlook, we've got level 1. You really should be able to open an email client. You should be able to compose an email message, and you should be able to send a message. Like, that's the basics. Level 2, add file attachments, okay, to an email. Able to format text, so bold, italics, underline, make a different color, different typeface, size. Okay, you should be able to format your text in an email. That's also not too difficult. And you should be able to save any mail attachments that get sent to you to your computer. Level 3. Do you know what CC and BCC stands for? Well, I hope so, because a lot of people don't. And I mean, sometimes you see it there and you like 2, you type in the person's email, and then there's CC and sometimes there's BCC. All right, carbon copy, blind carbon copy. Go find out what they are. Come on. And you should also be able to flag messages or color code your messages so you can organize your information in your email. And you should be able to create some mail rules for automatic sorting and filing of your mails. That's a level 3. Okay, how about Microsoft Word? Yeah, now we get to the nitty-gritty of stuff. Here's a real practical stuff. Okay, level 1, create a new document, type some text, and at least know cut, copy, and paste. Right? I mean, I can't ask for any more than that. Come on. Level 2, create a bulleted list. Right? That's a slightly more advanced. Use existing styles to format your content. All right, if you don't know what that is, you're like, maybe you should be on level 1, hey? But you will know soon. I will help you. Understand the use of the Pilcrow symbol. You know that show hide? Funny, it looks like a P or a paragraph return mark. Or everyone has a special name for it. I've always called it the show hide symbol, okay, or the show or hide formatting. And I know other people have got like other backward P symbol or something. It's actually called the Pilcrow symbol. Cool fact of the day, guys. There you go. Now you've learned something. Level 3, first line hanging and paragraph indents. So first line indents, paragraph indents, hanging indents, using of track changes. If you don't know what that is, it's time to learn. Able to use section breaks and continuous section breaks. Microsoft Excel. If you're on level 1, you can type numbers into a cell. You can use basic formulas, add, subtract, multiply, divide. You can resize a column or a row. Very basic skills. Level 2, well, now you can use cell references instead of typing in actual values. You can sort a column or a range. You can use all of those like funky little functions down there. Okay, if you're looking at those going like, this is like Greek to me, then go learn Greek. It's good. I actually do know a little bit of Greek. I teach at a Greek school. Hey. Level 3, set print areas and page breaks. Can repeat column headers when printing, can filter data according to one or more criteria. These are level 3 skills that I would think that you should know if you want to be an advanced or proficient in Microsoft Excel. And again, in the book, there's loads more, all right? PowerPoint. Everyone's been getting really good at PowerPoint, especially during lockdown, okay, because you're using a lot of PowerPoint slides. So let's have a look. Level 1, you really should be able to add a title and a subtitle to the first slide. I mean, it's literally clicking and typing. You can't go wrong. Create more slides using various layouts and add an image to a slide. I mean, those are very easy to do. Level 2, do you know the difference between editing view and presentation mode? I saw once teachers that were presenting like lessons and the PowerPoint file was up on the screen, but it was still in edit mode. Like, so all the little thumbnails are still down the side and the main slide was there that was still in editing mode, and it didn't look great, guys. It was not professional. So you should know the difference on at least a level 2. Edit images such as cropping, resizing, and my favorite of all time, removing the background. Very, very cool. Level 3, you can add multiple animations to objects. Multiple, not just one, okay? And that's also cool. I do that a lot. You can install and use various add-ins. Okay, and you can embed video and audio on a slide. In fact, I want to add in another one here. That first one, you can add multiple animations. You can also use triggers. That's a level 3, okay? Using triggers, not tiggers, triggers. Okay, cool. Check it out. It's very cool. How about OneDrive or just cloud storage? You should know what the cloud is, how synchronization works, and how to place folders in OneDrive or Google Drive or whatever drive you're using on the local computer, on the computer you're working on. That's like basic stuff. You've got to know that. Level 2, you can see if the app is running and if it is syncing correctly. Oh, is that how you spell syncing? It doesn't look right. I think I misspelled that. I'm going to scratch the H out, okay? There, that's better. Able to access OneDrive online. Okay, so not just on the local computer, but also via a web browser, and you're able to share from your OneDrive or Google Drive, Dropbox, etc., locally from your local computer or online as well. Level 3, you can share files and folders with a password. Okay, you can also share files and folders with specific people only. Right? Not even having a password. Okay, you can do a password, but you can even share with someone specifically. And the last one, the one I love the most because it saved me 2 weeks ago, you can recover deleted files. Man, you got to know how to do that. That should be like a level 1 maybe. You recover deleted files. Yes. Level 1, this is my last area, guys. Microsoft Teams, okay, because that's what I use, that's what my school uses, so this was in my presentation. So level 1, you got to know how to create a team. Even just a basic team, okay? Class team is the easiest one because it's the first one. You need to know how to add members to a team, or students, if you want to call them students. Post messages in the main conversation window in Microsoft Teams. Those are basic skills. Level 2, now you really should be comfortable with uploading a file or uploading files to the files section, starting a meeting, a video or an audio meeting, or creating a chat with another user. Okay, a one-on-one chat or even a group chat. Okay. Level 3, you should be able now to create a private channel with selected members, send a post to more than one channel at the same time in one go, or create an assignment with resources added to the assignment. That's also level 3 skills that I think would benefit you in Microsoft Teams. So don't forget, I have the Microsoft Teams workshop available. I have all the videos on my YouTube channel. Okay, please subscribe. Thanks. So I created the Teacher ICT Information and Communication Technology Skills, a practical reference booklet of preferred blah 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 by Matthew Haynes. So if you would like this booklet, okay, go ahead, download it there. There's the link, matthewhaynes.online/ICT. You can download the PDF. It's free. It's all yours. Have a look, guys. I'm really proud of it. It was a lot of work, but I think it was worth it. Okay, I really do. So moving forwards, because that's the only way to move in this year anyway. What do I recommend? Have a look here. I'm going to suggest the following. Sign up on the Educator Centre at Microsoft. Okay. Now I know it sounds like I'm selling Microsoft or whatever, but I'm not. I'm doing this because I do this out of my own experience. Okay. Go to education.microsoft.com and sign up. Register there because you will see that there are many courses and learning paths available, and I mean many. All right. I have selected for my staff at our school. I chose 24 courses and 8 learning paths. 24 courses and 8 learning paths. Now, that means 24 courses over 2 years. That's like, that's 2 every month, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, no, that's 2 every month is a year. Oh, geez. Okay, I don't do maths. I'm sorry, I'm not a maths teacher. Anyway, let me explain what this actually means. I'll probably edit this out or I'll forget. But anyway, let's move on. 24 courses, 8 learning paths. Now, I will make available to you to download. In fact, I think I have made it available already. This document that I have gone and selected courses that I think are relevant for teachers in terms of skills development and knowledge development, professional growth. Okay, for where we are at this time, and those are the courses. So I've got a PDF. It's got the course title, it's got the level. Most of them are beginner level. There's one or two that are intermediate. None of them are advanced. They're all beginner or intermediate. The link is there. Just click on the link. It'll take you straight there. I've got how many hours it is. And this is the best part, guys. They're not difficult. Like, they're not long either. It's 1 hour. It's 1 hour. 1 or 2 hours, okay? But a course is 1 hour or less. You'll probably do it in less, okay? I promise you. But it's not that much of your time, to be honest. All in all, 24 courses, 27 hours of your life. 27 hours of your life. Amy, come on, you can do that. So let's have a look. Learning paths. I went and selected what I thought were good learning paths. Now, what is a learning path? A learning path is a bunch of courses that are all related somehow to a specific goal or a topic, some kind of an achievement in an area. For example, have a look at the top left one there. OneNote Teacher Academy. Okay, the OneNote Teacher Academy contains 4 modules or 4 courses. There they are there, and they all have to do with OneNote. And that's how so you can choose. You can either do individual courses or do a learning path, which consists of a number of courses. And what I love about this is that your account keeps track of everything. If you register, again, it's free. There's no charge. You register on the Educator Centre. You can keep track of all the courses that you've done, all the things that you do. It keeps track. You get badges, okay? This is how you get a badge. So you do the course, okay? You go through the content, you watch the videos, you go through the material and engage with whatever you need to engage with. And then at the end of each course, there is a very short 10-question or 10-mark quiz. And it's basically just it's a summative quiz. And all you got to do is get 8 out of 10. 80% easy. And you got your badge. You got your badge, it records it, you get the little badge there, it keeps a transcript of all the courses that you've done. You can now print that out, save it as a PDF if you want, put it in your CV, put it in your staff appraisals document, put it in your professional development file, whatever you have. You can actually use this, and I'm pretty sure you can claim SACE points on an individual basis, but I'm not saying that's guaranteed by SACE. I don't speak for SACE, okay? But anyway, I'm just letting you know about that. So how does this work then? All right, if you are a 3-term school, okay, the school I'm at is a 3-term school. So if you're a 3-term school, we have suggested to our staff 3 courses per term. All right, 3 courses per term, so it's only 3 hours. I mean, you can do that in an evening. And I know you're going like, oh man, we don't have a life as it is, and we teach and we work and we mark and we prep, and I get it. But I mean, 3 hours over an entire term, 1 hour, a month maybe. You can do it, eh? That means you get to do 9 courses over a year, and over a 2-year period, you can cover 18 courses over 2 years. Okay, so you can choose out of the 24 that I selected. You can ignore 6 of them if you want. You can do all of them if you want, but you can ignore 6. Just do 18. Okay, and you then record your progress in the staff ICT development notebook. I'll get onto that in a minute. If you are a 4-term school, right, maybe think about doing it this way: 2 courses per term, 8 courses over the year, and over the space of 2 years you do 16 courses. Think about that. That could work. And again, record your progress in your ICT staff development notebook. So now, what is this development notebook that I'm talking about? Well, if you are a school that's using Microsoft Teams, okay, I would suggest to whoever does your training or your ICT development, or if you're the teacher, if you're the guy or you're the girl that does this, do this. Create a team called Staff Professional ICT Development. Okay, call it that. Make it a class notebook. Set it up as a staff notebook is fine as well, or class notebook, same thing. Add all of your staff as students, not teachers. Add them as students so they all get their own little folder. Okay, you create a staff development notebook, and that is where you can sort of keep track of how everyone's doing, how their badges are coming along, what they're busy with. As they start finishing a course, if they finish a course, they get the badge, they can copy and paste it onto their page, write down the date, put a little copy, a screenshot of the transcription or whatever. Okay, so that's my suggestion of how to keep track of that. So I would suggest that. You might come up with other ways, and if you do, please, you share it with me. I'd love to know what you guys are doing. Now, the last part of my presentation deals with standardizing of communication methods. Now, this is not strictly in line with ICT skills of teachers, but it relates to that because without the skills in place, you can't really standardize your methods of communication. Now, let me go through this one at a time. If you are having communication between individual teachers in your school, you're probably going to want them to use a particular platform for professionalism's sake. So you might want to have them use Microsoft Teams or email. Maybe you just don't mind, and they can use a megaphone if they want to. They could communicate with walkie-talkies. They could learn semaphore. Come on, or a cricket bat, to really drive that point home. Yeah. No, don't do that. That's violence. Anyway, you get my point. Okay, the point is individual teachers, how they communicate amongst themselves is fine. Professional communication, use Teams or Outlook. That's okay. That's up to the school, I think, to decide on what they want to do. However, here are my suggestions for the rest of your communication. If you have communication between a teacher and their classes, or between a teacher and students, plural, okay, I would suggest using Teams, where you have channels and a chat group. You can have dedicated channels, you can have private channels, and you can have chat groups with your students. Super easy. Everything's in one place. The files get stored there. If you're sharing information, no more hunting through emails and filtering and trying to search for things. Everything is there in that team or in that channel or in that group. Teams is really, really fantastic for this. There's no need for email. Now, some of you are going like, no. Like, yes, there is no need for email. I promise you. Try it out. Now, if you have communication between a teacher and individual students, I'm going to suggest Teams, again, individual chat or chat groups, or Outlook if you really have to email. Okay, if it's a back and forth conversation, yeah, you can use Outlook and email. That's fine, but it's constant sending and receiving, sending and receiving. Where actually, if you have a chat or a chat group in Teams, it's all there. Again, no millions of emails and reading through a thread that's like, this length of your rugby field. If you have communication from the HODs or your executive staff or management or, etc., for all the teachers in the school, for high school or just primary school, however you set up your teams, if you're working with teams, I would suggest the following. Teams, you're getting the picture here, aren't you? Channels, chat groups. No need for email. It's not needed anymore. Okay? If you have grade controllers, I know we do, we have a grade controller. They look after the whole grade. They are responsible for communicating with the homeroom teachers and the students as well in that grade. Teams, channels. It's so easy, guys. Teams is built for this. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have enjoyed this very quick presentation. I thank you very much for your time, and I'm available, matthewhaines.online, if you have any questions or if you need to download the files that I've been talking about in this presentation. Thank you so much, and have a great day.